Hi, Pile One. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the clear quartz and this Kali card, the Dharma of Kali, then this is going to be your reading today. And excuse me, I have drawn some cards for you already. This is so interesting. Like you have, for most of you, I kind of feel like this is a career reading. And there's also going to be aspects of like your personal life, your home life that will come through, which that could be just a message for some of you as well, is that it's more like a, not necessarily like a love reading, but more like just personal circumstances and your relationships and family life. That's kind of coming through with this as well. Or it could be for some of you that you're kind of getting a clean sweep, like this is incorporating everything. So as I go through, I'm going to talk about the different perspectives that are coming through pretty strong in this scenario for you. So if we look at, where should we start? Let's start with Kali, because that was your significator card for today. So you have a lot going on, pile number one. So you've got a lot happening. You can see like Kali, show a close up of this card. It's like the light and dark aspects of Kali. And this card kind of calls for you to be aligned with your own integrity at the moment and to follow your heart. And just so interesting. But it also says, like, for you, like that this has to do, that assures abundance and success. So this is why I think this is predominantly a career reading, because more than one card is kind of painting that picture for us, like the creator, like you're working on something, you're kind of keeping something, um, creating something out of nothing that will bring you a lot of success. And then the Epiphany card. So these three cards are all speaking to the same thing, really. The Epiphany card. If you look at this Epiphany card, it's just beautiful. So she's enjoying, you can see like on her arm here, she has like, looks like a wound, but she has gold pouring out of her. She's quietly like kind of hiding a little bit. So, okay, pile number one. So you've been working on something. Like that comes through very, very strongly. And you really need to follow like internally, like go within you to really look at what resonates with you and what feels like the best next step for you to take, because that's where you're going to be successful is by following your guidance and following your intuition. And you can see that here too with this card, the tea leaf, about your intuition. Follow your intuition, because that is what is going to make you successful. And there might be, so it really feels like you're kind of um, letting loose in some ways. Like you have been working on something and it's really encouraging you. Like this whole reading is really encouraging you to let that out, to let it be seen, especially with this card, Epiphany. Like whatever it is that you're working on, now is the time to let loose, because the world needs what you have to share. Whatever is kind of bubbling away within you. Like you might even have new gifts and things kind of emerging. They're going to help you fulfill and bring this to life. And so that people can find you and it will feel like this is the time to do it. And by following your guidance, your inner guidance, what feels like it's probably impossible becomes possible, because your guidance is not going to lead you astray. So you might have new like intuitive abilities or psychic gifts kind of coming up for you at the moment that are going to help you do this. That's what I can see in this card. all these abilities kind of coming through because now's the time for you to do it. Like you need to act so that the universe can conspire in your favor when you're following this guidance. I feel like some of you might be working on or have been working on a connection to your higher self as well. That's going to help you do that. Mm, I really feel that. But this card, Carly, she really talks about um, like abundance and success being yours, and also to follow your guidance. So two cards here telling you to follow your guidance to be successful, to be abundance and be successful. So don't listen to what necessarily other people are telling you to do or what the best necessarily, like what everyone else is doing to get results. That's not necessarily going to work for you because there will be another way. You might have like a big dream, like within you that feels impossible, like it's never going to happen. That can be very much like how you feel, like it's not really possible to achieve. And you might have even had some a project that was unsuccessful, like in the past too, or something didn't really quite work out. So this is telling you, like, don't follow what everyone else is doing. Go within, follow your intuition, because that impossible goal or impossible result that you want to see for yourself, that's 100% achievable for you. And this card, the creator, like this speaks about you creating something out of nothing, you know, but all eyes are going to be on you, kind of in the center, like the center of attention with whatever you've created. So you really need to, like, this is encouraging you to blow up like preconceived ideas of what you think is possible and just go for it as well. Because I feel like if I look at your tea leaves, if I look at your tea leaves, you have like a parting of the ways, either romantic or business. And like this feels very businessy for me, your reading in general. This is about projects, trying to get things off the ground. And the career card came up for you guys as well. So this is very much like talking about your success and your abundance in business that you will achieve, and you will be abundant, you will be very successful. And it's doing it through trusting your intuition to kind of get there. But I do feel like something happened in March and you kind of walked away from that, or you might have been. So for some of you, you could have been pursuing like a project or something in your career, wanting to share your perspective or way of doing something, and it didn't work. And you could see that, and you could see that this unorthodox or following like what everyone else is doing is not working for you. Like you could see that. And in March, it feels like you made the call, like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm just going to do it my way. And I'm going to let my intuition guide me. And because I know what I'm doing. And like within you, you can feel that very strongly. Like you know what you're doing. You've got this not figured out, like that doesn't feel like the right way to say it, but you trust your guidance to the extent where you know it's going to take you to that place of fulfillment and success and have it be really aligned for you so that it doesn't really feel like even work that you're doing. It just feels like an extension of who you are as a person. That's what I can kind of feel very strongly, but you need to speak up more, kind of, share whatever it is that's on your mind. Share this way of doing something or following a path like that not many people would kind of go down to get those results, and trust that it's going to work for you no matter what. You can see here like family wishes coming true. So if this, it feels like it's something that like you've been waiting for, and your family like have been waiting for this too, for this to pay off for you, whatever it is. It could be a business. Um, but it feels like something that a lot of people in your family are kind of invested in, have wanted you to do well, because they can see that like you have a lot of talent as well. They can see that, and that's coming to fruition. You have a lot of abundance and a lot of success like coming your way. You've also got the tree of life. So with the tree of life, like this is pretty cool. So I want to read, this is from the Celtic Magic Oracle deck. And this is actually from, this is a High Priestess Oracle deck. The High Priestess is in Melbourne. Oh, not Melbourne. She's in Australia, but I think she's in Geelong, I think. I'm pretty sure. The High Priestess. And so I want to read you what this says. This is some wisdom from the Celtic Magic Oracle deck. It says the Celts were highly revered of trees and believed that they provided a gateway to the spiritual world. The tree of life is the most important tree of all, containing untold strength and wisdom. Wisdom is something that we tend to acquire after a difficult or painful situation. You might be in one of those situations now. But how can you look at the past, look past the pain or difficulty to try to glean some wisdom from it? Is there something you're not seeing? Are you about to make the same mistake again? So, if you've been disappointed, like in business or something to do with your career, if you've tried something and it didn't work and you've been disappointed, like look for, you can overcome this. Break that cycle. Look at maybe all the ways that you're just going through the motions and applying things that um, seem to be best practice. What people tell you to do is the best thing to do because it might not be for you. And go within and really follow your intuition to see what else you're missing because you could be missing something and it could be such a minor little tweak or a minor little change that you need to make to quickly progress really quickly to get the abundance and like the rewards and things that you want to see for yourself. So there's also, if we look at your tarot, right? So you have the Page of Cups and the Death card as well, and the Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, Nine of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. So this is kind of, I feel like this is really interesting for you. Like I feel like the Page of Cups, someone's coming into your life, and this could be like someone who you have had, just someone new's coming in. But I also feel like this could mean that some of you are getting pregnant with someone new coming in. I don't know why I feel that. It's just kind of something coming in. Something coming in. But you've definitely walked away from something. You ended a cycle and it feels like you ended something, you started something new, and you've got a lot of new beginnings, a lot of new starts coming, and it could be a new home as well as something you'd look forward to in your career, and it could be new relationships. And this doesn't feel like a love reading at all for me, but it does feel like maybe because this has to do with like new birth, and it could be this new project that you've been working on in the background. It could absolutely 100% be that. But I also feel because the Page of Cups is here that this could be um, new birth of a child as well. So if some of you are expecting or have been wanting to get pregnant, then I feel like this is also going to come at this time because it feels very fruitful and it feels really potent, like this career success that's coming for you. And it feels like everything's coming to fruition all at once. And you've got like this Knight of Wands as well. And like that can signify travel. But this feels more like um, someone kind of contacting you from overseas, like with an offer you can see here, or an opportunity that you're really going to love. You can see that in the Knight of Cups. Something coming in that you're really going to love. And this is coming in fast. Like whatever this is, this movement and change, could be that you're moving to a new home. It could be that you're going to be working at a new location. But this feels like this is happening quite quickly because you've made this change, because you decided to break away from something in March. You ended a cycle. That's where that kind of feels like that happened for me. You've got so much happening, pile one. So much going on. You're very busy people. I feel like you're really career focused people. But that doesn't mean that you don't want the family life and you don't want all this other stuff. You know, you've got balance, like balance you can see with Carly. Like I think you've kind of got it together, pile one. You can approach life from this balanced perspective and balance like the shadow and light aspects of yourself to get the results that you want to see and go within to kind of get them. You can definitely do that. I feel like this is like the way you operate. And if you have been intentionally connecting with your higher self, then I think you've definitely done that. You feel very calm and you feel like, well, I feel like you can get a lay of the land very, very, very easily and kind of see what's going on and where you sit and what's coming next and make a decision on that basis. But it doesn't feel like you've been doing that when it comes to your career and you decided to change that in March. So in May, like you have, like this is feels like such a fast transformation. So for May, like you've got the Nine of Cups. And so the Nine of Cups, try not to move all your cards around as I pick these up. But so the Nine of Cups, this is like wish fulfillment. And this is the Nine of Cups particularly speaks to like career and financial achievement. That's definitely coming through. But there's so much celebration in this card, like across the board. So you have like the relationship. You've got like the celebration energy involved as well. So this feels like a clean sweep across clear a career, a family, relationships. And one of the things you could be celebrating is either the arrival of a new child the or conceiving a new child. This all feels like things that are either being birthed into the world or you're conceiving these ideas now to be birthed into the world. But you're definitely celebrating in May, celebrating a lot of stuff in May. And it might be that you have business success in May. And then from this place of um, creativity and seeing things that you've created come to fruition and like blossom in the world, that can put you in a really fertile kind of position. Your energy feels very fertile, like it's anything's possible. So it feels like a really good, like energetically, it feels like you would align very, very easily to conception or giving birth, you know? And this is you, the Queen of Swords. So when I said before, like you feel like you've got your energy together or you've got, um, let's just say you've got your shit together, pile one, like you have very, very clear direction, very, very clear ideas about what you want to achieve. And you do it with this calmness of mind where you don't allow emotion to get in the way. And it feels like you've got a lot of inner strength, especially because the Queen of Swords is there too. It feels like you've got a lot of inner strength to assess the situation. If there is a hiccup, it feels like you can overcome that quite easily. But you definitely have whatever you gave up in March and you walked away from or stopped doing. You might have left a job, changed careers, decided to implement strategy in a different way for your business. all sorts of different things that you could have walked away from or changed. You definitely did that. You went, you know what, this isn't working for me. See you later. You made that call in March. So whatever that was is the best thing that you could have done. And despite what anyone else tells you, you might have some kind of naysayers and things too that didn't really feel comfortable with this decision that you were making or decided that whatever you were doing wasn't really going to work. But that's not the case because you've got this inner guidance, you've got this intuition that's been filling in the gaps for you of what action you should take, what steps are next, what you need to build on. And it feels like you've been doing that for the last few months. Like it definitely feels like you've been doing that. You've made it like a conscious effort to use your intuition. And Carly's saying, like, don't stop, keep going because you're so close. Like, you're so close to seeing success and abundance from whatever this is. So keep going because it's assured for you. And you can see it here, the Nine of Cups, abundance and success. But also, in terms of wish fulfillment in general, whatever it is you've been hoping for is the outcome of this project. That's on the way. That's definitely coming. And you also have, like this says, a distant friend is thinking of you. But this doesn't feel like a friend to me. This feels to me more like you're catching the attention of people from a distance. And I think that could be more if you are getting some sort of message from abroad. This feels like this card. You're on their radar, you're on someone's radar, and they're coming in fast with a message or something for you because you're on their radar. That's what this feels like. That card there. So you have a lot to look forward to in May, pile number one. So just ask yourself too, like the tree of life is a really nice little reminder. Like, is there something you're not seeing? Go within and just see, like, to really bring this home for yourself. Is there something you missed? Like, what else do you need to know? It doesn't feel like you have. Like, I think you've kind of done your due diligence. I don't think you've really missed anything because you are like, you definitely have this strong energy, like Queen of Swords energy about you, where you know what you're doing, you know where you're going. And regardless of how big this dream is, like what you have is really needed in the world. Regardless of how possible or impossible it seems, you're going to be successful. And you can feel that. You can feel that very deeply within you that um, whatever it is you've been creating or working on has a place. Like, I really feel that. And that's been your driver for a lot of these decisions you've made that don't make any sense to a lot of people. But you're going to be successful. And with this death card, I feel like you've done a lot of transformation, like not just walked away from something in March. It feels like you have this backstory to it as well, where you gave up a lot. It might be limiting beliefs or thought patterns that you knew were kind of derailing you from the outcomes you wanted to see, and you made the decision to resolve them, to get rid of like negative influences in your energy field that didn't support you. It really feels like in limiting beliefs and things or karmic patterns. So whatever it is, it feels like you've done a lot of work there because this is really significant. And that's the end. Like that's the end of that cycle. It feels like you don't need to do any more work on that front to be successful and achieve the outcomes you want to see in terms of your career and financial abundance. You've done the work and now you can reap the rewards and celebrate with the Nine of Cups. So, congratulations, pile number one. That's all I have for you today. If you like your reading today, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you want a private reading with me, you will find the link to do that in the description box. Ciao, guys. Hi, pile two. Welcome to your reading today for what you can expect in May 2024. And if you chose Celentrine, or Citrine, sorry, if you chose the Citrine um, crystal, I'm thinking of selenite. I ended up jumbling up the two together. And this Kali card, then you're in the right place. So, pile two, you have such a big heart, pile number two. So, for you, let's see. I really feel like for you guys that something happened in October last year. I've got the October card here. And so I really feel that something happened that well, you've got this weeping willow that says family sorrow. So I feel like something happened um, in October that wasn't that maybe you weren't expecting. It might have been the passing of someone in your family, for example. And I feel like that had a really profound effect on you in a lot of ways. And within a family, like that can definitely be the case. The dynamics of the family kind of change. There's a lot of people going through grief. Um, doesn't have to be someone passing away specifically, but it definitely kind of get that vibe that something happened within a family that was very upsetting for a lot of people. And with this Kali card, there's a lot kind of going on there. Like water is has a lot of meanings and it's very emotional sort of card. Water symbolizes emotions, very connected to the way that we feel. It's also very cleansing. So I kind of feel that you're coming out of like emotional heaviness. I feel like this is happening for you in May. You're coming out of that and you're coming to like this new, almost like a rebirth in a sense, like you're being reborn and refreshed as you emerge out of this situation where there was a lot of sorrow. And it feels like now's the time for you to do that. Like now's the time, pile number two. It's time to act. It's time for you to do that. But I also feel like whatever this was, like whatever kind of happened um, towards the end of last year, I feel like it took you off path. I feel like you had things that you wanted to achieve, you had plans in place, and everything looked really promising for you. And this took you off course and it took you away from yourself. And not that it put you on a different path, it just disconnected you a little bit from your inner guidance and what you really want to achieve. Because you're such a caring person and because you want to be there to support other people. And that's what this card in some ways is telling you too. You don't have to please everybody. Like you need to also consider yourself. You need to put yourself first and follow your heart and get back on track. And it's so interesting because these three cards all speak to the exact same thing. They're all giving you a very similar message. And to break the rules where you have to, like you don't have to approach this situation in a conventional way. Like you can do it your way. You can break free from that and go within. Like this is Kali kind of talks to going within and allowing your higher self to guide you, as well as allowing, yeah, let your higher self guide you, but then also like if it comes to things like people pleasing, which you can do, especially if you can sense very deeply that people have some are finding it difficult to move on and move forward. Like you can approach this situation from a different perspective and go within and get back on track because you still have things that you want to achieve in this lifetime too, you know. But when you go within and you start connecting to your higher self for guidance of how to move forward and get back on track to achieve what you want to achieve, then it's really trusting that that's going to be the right best decision for you and it's going to lead you in the right on in the right direction because when you do that, like it can be really hard to trust the outcomes that you anticipate for yourself and receive guidance and follow it and know that that's what's going to happen for you. It can sometimes be difficult to trust that your intuitive guidance is right. So we can start trying to control the outcomes that we want to see for ourselves instead of allowing them to unfold. And so this is a little bit of a reminder too of not to control the outcomes, but allow outcomes to unfold for you and just trust it. Allow yourself to get swept away and re-emerge a stronger and better you. And it's really interesting, like this card, Ubuntu, is speaking to you having compassion for others, which I think you do. Like it really feels like you've had a lot of compassion for a lot of people. And so don't lose that. Like don't stop having compassion for people, but don't put their needs above your own because that's not going to lead you to a very rewarding place. But it feels like you're coming out of this now, and it feels like this is what the major change or what you can expect to happen in May is that you're learning to find that balance. You're learning to be the shapeshifter and you're learning to really dream and explore alternatives and be adaptable so that you can get back on track with what you want to achieve, but doing it with compassion for everybody, anyone who still needs your support, who might still be going through something. You can do that in a different way. You can get creative with how you want to provide support to people. You can definitely do that, but don't please them. Like the shapeshifter as well speaks about people pleasing. That's one of the negative aspects of the card is people pleasing. So it's a little reminder, like to still have compassion for people and be that compassionate person. Listen to what people need and be that compassionate person that you always have been, but don't let it consume you, which I kind of feel like is what has happened um, leading up to that. Because you've got the Ten of Wands here, and this is like it's just too much. Like you're happy to be there for people and support people, but it feels burdensome now. Like there's just too much. Like to what end are you going to do this? To what end are you going to be this emotional support for other people? So this very much feels like, ooh, this very much feels like it's coming to an end for you. This burdensome feeling, being overwhelmed and just consumed. They're not even your problems. Other people's problems, and you want to help them, which is very admirable. But you've gotten yourself into this situation where it's just too much, can't handle it anymore. So that's coming to an end for you. And you can see here with the torch, spiritual development and enlightenment, awareness and understanding. Feels like you've reached that point. Like it feels like you can see that perspective and you can definitely do that. Like you're on that path now. It might have taken you a long time to get there. It feels like an emotional journey. The elephant's talking about a long journey. It feels like a mental and emotional long journey that you've been on that will leave you wiser in the end. But definitely feels like that's what's been going on. And part of your reason it feels like too for wanting to be this involved is feels like there's been some secrecy and you might have had some concerns that secrets within the family, or you might have sensed that someone's not telling you everything in the scenario. You've been able to pick up on something and it's giving you this uneasy feeling, which is probably why you've invested so much time in supporting other people. Like that feels like a bit of a motivator for you too. You want to make sure um, that nothing bad, you weren't going to be impacted negatively in any way. But happiness is coming, like May. May, you've got a lot of happiness coming, which you can see over here in your tarot cards too, which is really exciting, by the way. So you have, like, it feels like you're reaching this point of emotional stability and maturity with the Queen of Cups. Like you can still feel and be very empathetic with people as well. You can definitely do that, but you have this wisdom that comes with that emotional support and understanding and compassion that you can extend to others. You have wisdom behind that. You've also got, I really feel like you guys have had, if this has to do with a death in the family and an inheritance or something, and there has been like secrets and maybe this fighting type of energy over money. When someone dies, people fight about the money and they fight with each other and all that type of drama. It feels like that's being resolved. You got the Ace of Pentacles. So you got good outcomes all round. So if it has been like something legal going on in your life, I'm using, an estate and inheritance kind of as an example. So just apply it to you how, it can fit in with your life. But if you've had legal kind of situation going on that's created some tension as well, then that's coming to an end with the Ace of Pentacles. This is just an overall success card. That's how I like to see it. And you've got more water here, so you can see like the emotions are calm now, and emerging out of that is success and fulfillment for you, which is absolutely the Ace of Pentacles, like signifies money as well, but doesn't necessarily have to be. Like this can be emotionally fulfilling and rewarding as well. But if it is tied to something legal, like an estate or an inheritance, then it feels like that's being resolved and you're going to get an outcome that you've been hoping for. And you can put this emotional overwhelm and just heaviness that's been confining you. It's really restrictive. Like, look at this picture. Like, look how like woeful this person is. Like, I can't handle it anymore. I'm done. That's it. I don't want to hear anymore. Like, they're kind of blocking the ears. I don't want to hear anymore. Take care of yourself. I've got to take care of myself now too. Like that's, you can still be there for other people. Like don't dismiss them, but you need to put yourself before others. Put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on other people. Is what I get from this, because this feels like a big situation that's kind of taken place. Like it's been very dominant in your life for several months, and you just worn out a little bit, and it's coming to an end. Like that's going to be, you are wrapping this up, and you can see there's a lot of movement happening really quickly with the Eight of Wands, and it's happy movement. So you got dolphins in this card, which I really love. I love the dolphins because dolphins are happiness. And look how cute they are. Look, they're like a little, I think that's like a mama and a baby, mama and baby dolphin happily playing in the ocean alongside this ship. So it could be like news coming in from overseas, news coming in fast. There could be traveling involved, but whatever it is, whatever's taking place really, really fast, could be this situation wrapping up really quickly as well. Sounds like this is really good for the family because there was this family sorrow, and it feels like as a family, like you've got mama and baby dolphin here, like smiling. So you're moving away from the sorrow and whatever happened late last year into this really beautiful, happy vibe. You've got happiness, fast moving happiness coming into your life. And like with the Empress, like the Empress is like the mother. So if you're a mum and you've been like going through some stuff and it's impacted your family, then like I really feel like good times are ahead for you. You can't be all things to all people. Get back on track and not put it behind you, whatever's happened, but prioritize yourself differently and go within and get guidance when you need it. Get back on track, get back in touch with what you want for yourself. And you also have this card, which is from the Celtic Magic Oracle from the High Priestess. And this is the Triquetra card. I hope I'm saying that correctly. The Triquetra. And it says on the back, it has a little message. This is all about unity. So the Triquetra is one of the oldest Celtic symbols. It was first used to represent the triple goddess, maiden, mother, and crone. It has since evolved to represent the unity of three: air, water, earth, life, death, rebirth, past, present, future. Where in your life is unity important? Are you moving from one stage of life to the next? Is something missing, stopping you from feeling that unity of three? How can you harness the power of unity and use it in your life? So I think this is really interesting. Like, I definitely feel like this has to do with family, and I feel like it has to do with, like, what really stands out for me is maiden, mother, crone, and also life, death, and rebirth. Those are the two things that really stand out for me with this. And I feel like this has to do with you as the mother, and maybe so the maiden would be, for example, your child, which we can see here with the baby dolphin. But I really see you as like the mother, like the empress in this reading. And the crone could be have something to do with the family situation where there was some little bit of sorrow felt at the end of last year. That's what stands out for me. And life, death, and rebirth. So if someone passed away, my deepest condolences to you, pile number two. And this difficult time that you've been through that's felt really heavy, that you wouldn't make it through, like you're coming out of that now and you've taken really great care of everyone because you're arriving in happiness. You need to take care of yourself and still be there to support other people, but you're going to start feeling that beautiful, happy feeling coming back to you again in May, where you can start focusing on yourself and moving forward and getting back on track and all of those good things. And then you're also going to be in a position as the Empress to bring something new into the world. You know, once you're connected back with your purpose, it really you can create, and it doesn't feels like it might have taken you away from work a little bit, or your passion, or your career, your purpose in life. It feels like this has been a distraction that took you off track. And as you get back on track with the Empress card here, I feel like new possibilities and like your creative energy kind of coming through again, but from this really stable um, and wise place with the Queen of Cups. A lot of gentle energy with you, pile number two. You're a very loving person, and that doesn't have to change. Like, that's always going to be you. And I think, you know, I wish you all the best in May, and I think this is so well deserved. Like what you can expect to see happen in May. And it feels like it's going to be a relief for you too. Like, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Emerging out of the water, completely refreshed and renewed with a deeper sense of wisdom and guidance, like connecting and getting some sort of guidance in your life. Like, that feels more like what you want to do and how you want to, live your life by rather than drama. And people needing you and pulling you in all sorts of directions. Like it definitely feels like you were pulled away from that because of something that happened. So yeah, once again, really sorry that you've been through a bit of a rough patch emotionally. But you know, you have been there for other people, and that's a really admirable trait for anyone to hold compassion for others in difficult time for everybody. You know, that's really beautiful. And don't change, like always stay that beautiful person. But don't forget to look after and nurture yourself too. And then come back into balance, which is really the message of this card, unity, so that you feel whole and you don't have that sense of something's missing. Because if you've had that feeling, the only thing that's really missing is you, because you've been disconnected from your higher self and disconnected from what you want to achieve and disconnected from your goals. And as that comes back, you're going to be moving into some like a really beautiful month with some prosperity showing up for you and some success and a resolution perhaps for some of you too, but definitely like a lot of happiness coming and that stability, getting back that stability um, that's been missing, so that you can come back into unity with yourself. You know, it's really interesting. I've just been guided that in terms of some of you might be, I don't know, religious in some way. There's like the Holy Trinity as well. Um, mm, and don't neglect yourself. So, like mind, body, and soul. But that's also something that's coming through. Yeah, and you're going to have time to do that, which will be really lovely too. It feels like you have the time in May to get back to not to basics, just but to reconnect to who you really are as a person. And that's all coming. Happy times ahead, pile number two. I'm very happy for you. If you like this reading, then please like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading with me, I'll put the link in the description box for you below. That's all I have today for you, lovely pile number two. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading and what you can expect to unfold for you in May 2024. And this is the Black Tourmaline pile and your card, the Karma of Kali. So, pile number 3. Pile number 3. You know what, pile number 3? Hang in there. Hang in there because things are changing for you. I feel like for this pile, like I really feel that you made some sort of investment in yourself or in like a course or a program or in your business, or you've made an investment in something. Could even be like self-improvement. You've made an investment in something because you wanted to see a change take like happen, or you were so passionate about something. You've got a lot of passion here. Passion. You're very passionate about something. Pile number 3. And you have you've invested in that. And it might have felt a little bit risky for you, I think. Like I kind of get risky vibes. Whatever that was, I feel like that kind of happened in August. And it was, you might not have been like in a financial position to really make that choice or make that decision. Like it was tough. And you had to, it feels like, so as I look at this card, like it kind of feels like you didn't really want to, but you opened like the purse strings and you invested in something. You invested in yourself or your business in some way. And it was a big decision to make. And I have a feeling as well that you were wondering, like, is this person like trying to rip me off? Like, whatever I'm invested in, like, is this going to work for me? Are they ripping me off? What's going on? But you did it anyway. And I feel like initially that was kind of what was going on for you because you've got with the Karma of Kali card, like this really talks to like finding pleasure again. So I feel like you invested in something and you've been really relentless. Like because you've got all this passion, I really feel that you've been pursuing whatever it is, like with so much steadfast determination, like so determined to get there. You've been blinkers on, doing whatever it takes. Still not really sure if you're going to get the outcome you want, but you've been doing it anyway. And I feel like you've been like neglecting yourself in some way, which is what this card, Euphoria, is talking about. That's Euphoria. So, Euphoria is honor yourself and like don't invest in things or more your time than anything. This is like a reminder for you to treat your body and yourself like a goddess. You know, I feel like you let that slip a little bit from whatever it is that you've been doing, pile number three. I feel like you've been pushing yourself really hard, and it might even be like a exercise routine, like you might be taking, like, started a new program or something to improve your physical health. And it could be really taxing, like very demanding on your time, your energy levels, and just consuming in that way. But when something, whether it's like time, you're putting all your time into a new project with work or a course or something, training program, whatever it is, like when it feels draining for you, you're not actually honoring yourself. You're not really doing yourself any favors as a result of that. It's more like a punishment. It's more like punishing your body because you want to see a result. And that's what Kylie really talks to as well, is finding pleasure. I feel like you've sacrificed pleasure because you want to achieve an outcome. And Kylie's reminding you to find pleasure in things again, like pleasure in your own body. What do you enjoy? And bring back some joy, pile number three. And if this has to do with a relationship, it could be that someone's not satisfying you emotionally and physically. And it's to, because the two kind of speaks to this, is to have a conversation so that you can like transform whatever situation that is to make it more pleasurable for you both. If that's kind of a dynamic that's playing out for you in the moment. But you're central to all of this. Like either way, whatever it is, like you're very central to this, and your message, pile number three, is to really pay attention to what is going to honor yourself and honor your body. Where are you finding pleasure? And incorporate more of that into your life. Absolutely. I kind of feel like as well with this tier that if you have been focused on getting an outcome, like say business wise, I feel like you've been bottling a lot of things up, and there are these tiers like that need to be released, like let leash, just let rip, you know? There's something you need to get off your chest, like I kind of feel, if there is that dynamic or something bothering you, or it could be within, like if you've taken a program or a course or something, if there's something that you need clarity on or something that doesn't make sense to you, speak up and ask the question, because whatever you're bottling up or you have a concern about, you need to acknowledge so that you can move on and get over this little hurdle that you're currently going through so that you can achieve success, because success is coming for you. And you've also got, this is really interesting, I found too, like you've doubted that this is really possible, and you persisted, you've sacrificed. It feels like you've sacrificed a lot of yourself to kind of do this. You've showed a lot of strength, and you can see like you've got two cards of strength, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. And that's definitely coming. Like it's coming thick and fast. You've had strength, you know, like you literally have the strength card. You've shown a lot of strength in like taming um, doubts and fears, but you've had hope. You've had hope that this is going to work out, but not really sure whether it will or not. And that's what this card, the Seven of Swords, is like having faith that everything's going to reach a conclusion. And the lovers, like can mean a few things, but for this particular pile, for pile three, I really feel that for you guys, this has to do with an investment in yourself or in a business. You made a choice. The lovers has to do with choice, and you made one that you weren't really sure about that you're going to get the outcome that you wanted to get, but you did it anyway. And like for you guys, I really feel that you've transformed something because as a result of this, as a result of whatever it is you invested in, you've got new opportunities coming too. And they're not coming fast, but it feels like there's a contract, like there's an offer coming for you, a business proposal, or if this is, has to do with your relationship, it can be that once you have this conversation about, whether it's not feeling satisfied physically within the relationship and you have that conversation signified by the tear and you get that off your chest, then your relationship can kind of move to this next kind of level. That's what this is saying. But if this is more of a business reading, which feels like it is to me, then there's going to be like an offer coming in for you because you've had faith and you've like stayed the course and you've persevered, and it's been a bit of a struggle, you've done it anyway. And it's kind of like you can see like the moon's here too, like unsure of really where you're headed, but you've got head down and you're carrying the weight of these swords with you because you're going to get there. And you've just had that faith that, you know what, I'm going to do it. This is possible. I can carry the weight of these swords, not really know where I'm going, not know how this path is going to unfold because it's not really clear, but I'm going to get there. That's the kind of vibe I get from you, pile three. And what I also find really interesting for you is this card, the Seven of Pentacles. So this is progress. Like you're going to be successful, whatever it is that you're aiming for and having faith about. I can't pick this card up. Anyway, there's success here too, over on this side. So you're definitely achieving success. And with this card, the Seven of Pentacles, so this is about progress. Like you have slow progress. This isn't like a quick win or a quick rise to the top, but in May, you're going to start seeing some progress. You can also see like that with the Page of Cups. But the Seven of Pentacles, this also encourages you to combine business with pleasure. So if the Page of Cups is a person and this business relationship is romantic in nature, then this is encouraging you to combine business with pleasure. And that could be like literally the way, like what's kind of unfolding here is that someone new comes on the scene and you have a choice, in terms of relationship, and it's this new person, and there's like um, a business offer where that gives you the opportunity to combine business and pleasure. It's definitely coming. Like this is you being recognized for the work that you've been doing and this coming to fruition for you. Definitely making progress. And you're really going to get a sense of that. Whatever it is, whatever you've invested your time and money in is paying off. You're going to start to see the results of that because you've had strength in the situation and you've had faith, to do whatever it takes. And that's what I can kind of see here too. Oops. So with the lot of strength, like strength 3 times. Yeah. Strength, personal strength, strength of will and strength. Like this is really isn't something that you were sure was going to happen. A lot of faith, you know? 4 cards, strength of will. So this card is from the Celtic Magic Oracle deck, and this is the bull. So it says, strength of will. The bull is an animal sacred to the Celts, as most animals were. The bull is a robust, strong animal who is always quite reserved unless provoked. Bulls are known for their strength of will. Nothing will stop a bull who is going after what he wants, which absolutely sounds like you. Like, hasn't been clear, but you've had this goal in mind, you've had this vision to achieve something, and you've just gone after it. Nothing can stop you. And I definitely get a sense of that with you. So it can be hard in life to keep going and keep pushing forward when things get difficult. Strength of will is like a muscle. Do you flex it enough? Are you giving up when you could be holding on? Can you see what's on the other side? So, pile number 3, if you've felt like giving up because you're not seeing the results of anything at this stage, hang in there, like, because the bull is encouraging you to do that. You've got so much, a lot of strength cards in this, in your reading today, and it might feel like, yeah, I've done that. I've been, I've persevered. I've been down this track. I've been doing that. I've had a lot of strength of will. But is it that moment where you a give up moment, or is it a hang on moment for you? Is that what's going on? Because if you make the decision and like it's your call to make, if you make the decision to hold on, then, and this is what feels like is going to happen, you're going to make that decision to hold on because you're so invested in this. You're so invested in this decision you made. You're going to hold on and it's going to pay off. You know, you've got this card, success. So it feels like one final push. And once you do that, once you get this recognition that's coming for you in May, then it really feels like you're going to be in a position where you can start to incorporate more pleasure in your life. You're going to be able to do that because that's been missing while you've been focusing on your goals and not allowing anything to get in your way. That's been missing. So this can come back in. And like this talks about the chair card. Like this is saying someone's leaving your life. It doesn't feel like someone left your life. It feels like enjoyment for yourself, pleasure for yourself, time for yourself, honoring yourself, treating yourself like a goddess, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. But honoring yourself and knowing what you deserve to experience as a goddess. So if you've been working so hard that you've been, eating garbage food, like that's not worthy of a goddess. Goddess deserves to be nourished accordingly. And, treat yourself that way. Treat yourself as a goddess. Give yourself, your body, what it needs to function optimally in your life. That's what you're going to be able to start doing in May. Once you reach this success that comes in, you'll start to see, like, oh, wow, I've turned a corner. And this offer, like, this is really interesting. I'd love to get you some more information on that. I wonder if we're allowed to. I didn't really get any other piles, any other information, but I feel like I kind of want to get you some more because this is intriguing for me. You've worked so hard, you've sacrificed a lot of stuff, things are turning around for you. Well, not turning around, you're just, pushing through like a barrier and like some not even a barrier. You just persevered. And you're going to be reaping the rewards of that, but in a really beautiful way, you know? Hang in there, pile number three. Things are going to start happening. Let's get you like, oh, let's see. I'll just get you like a couple more. Pile number three. I knocked the camera, so I had to, I had to stop. Done it a few times today, knocked the camera. So I'm getting you a few more cards so we can see if there's anything else that May has in store for you. Because I feel like you need that little bit of reassurance because you've had so much faith in yourself. So I really feel like you just need a little bit of extra, like a little, I don't know, you need a little bit of something extra in this because things are changing, but I don't know that you can see them. The moment might feel like blind faith that you've got, which like in the Seven of Swords, you can still be kind of stuck in this energy a little bit of having blind faith. But I don't think that's the case. Like things are changing. You've got success coming. So let's see. And like this restoration of honoring yourself, bring yourself back into the equation, mixing business and pleasure. And it might just be finding a balance. Like this doesn't have to be a person. This can just be finding more balance in your life, so that you're not so focused on work. Ooh, look what popped out for you. The Ten of Cups. Awesome. Let's see what else for pile number three. So the Ten of Cups is like total wish fulfillment. All your hopes and wishes coming true, satisfying in multiple areas of your life, business and pleasure, everything successful. Isn't that nice? Like that's the path you're going to be on. So at first, like this is going to be slow progress. Like there's nothing in this to say like this is like a rapid climb to the top or rapid success. Like that's not what's going on. But so slow progress initially, but holding the faith, you're going to get everything that you want. That's the pile. Ooh, look, the Three of Pentacles too. So this is being like really recognized for your work and being like monetary rewards coming as a result of that. That's happening as well. So you're definitely on the right path, pile number three. If you've been really doubtful, oh, you've got two cards waiting to come out. Yeah. Okay. So the Two of Swords, if you've been really doubtful, just as I said that, if you've been really doubtful, you had you can see the wall. So the Two of Wands popped out, which is really interesting because this is like, you can see in the background here, it's like the Hierophant, almost. Not the Hierophant. It's like half man, half kind of animal. Not the Hierophant, but what's that mythical creature called? I can't even remember. But it's like something like magical is going to unfold for you. And I don't think you're going to expect this. Just like my camera tipped over, this is going to kind of come out of the blue because you've been so faithful. It's going to be like a sudden shock for you. And this initial heartbreak, or if you think this is going to happen, it's going to lead to heartbreak and anguish that you're pursuing something that's not going to pay off. It's just not the case. Like you're going to have something really wonderful unfold for you. You're going to be rewarded and you're going to feel this level of success in all areas of your life. Complete and utter fulfillment is coming. Stay the course, maintain your faith, number three, because this is like the May is going to kickstart some amazing things for you. And the rest of the year, like, well, I don't know about the rest of the year, but you're on the right track, like towards all of this fulfillment coming your way. So hang in there, kitty cat, like, this is going to turn around. And this strength and determination that you've had, the investments you've made in yourself are paying off. And if you've got anything that questions that you've been holding back or, something that you want to get off your chest or you need to ask a question because something doesn't quite make sense to you, or whatever this is, you're kind of holding back a little bit. Get it off your chest, because amazing things are going to happen. And then you'll find that balance again, of honoring yourself. You don't need to sacrifice anything to get those results. You're going to be able to have like more balance and mix like business with a lot of pleasure and honor the goddess within. Like, this is so cool. I'm really happy for you, pile number 3. It feels like you deserve it. It feels like you needed to hear some good news. And all of that passion that you had, you're still going to have. Look, great passion. You definitely started something with a lot of passion and you're going to finish it the same way, but in a way where you honor yourself, and you're going to start doing that in May. The wheels are in motion. Absolutely. Look at that. Congratulations, pile number 3. That's all I have for you today. If you really liked your reading, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you would like a private reading with me, there'll be a link in the description box for how you can do that. Okay, thanks, guys. See you next time.